Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. It seems as though Diddy may be preparing for an unpleasant ride, and he very well may be going directly into prison. He may be exchanging his strings for an orange jumpsuit sooner than we naturally suspect. The person's been finding only terrible breaks recently, and truly, finally, with all the soil that has been uncovered on him, it's no big surprise he's thrashing around in the evening, like between every one of the embarrassments and discussions twirling around him. It must weigh weighty at the forefront of his thoughts, and it's not only the absence of Shooty that's got him nervous on the road. 247. Well, beside the perpetual show whirling around him, there's this maker who has him in a stranglehold and isn't easing up. This maker is spilling all the tea on the terrible and out sickening stuff Diddy supposedly really depended on, and it may very well be the last nail in the final resting place for his vocation. Recall Cassie's claim that this was only the warm-up. This maker is promising us an out-of-control thrill ride of disclosures that will make that seem to be no problem, no doubt, Diddy. Breaking out in a cold sweat isn't precisely a stretch. The person's fabricated a domain throughout the long term, yet it's all wavering on the edge of breakdown just before our eyes. At any rate, we should make a plunge. It turns out a few guest male casualties are moving forward at long last, and one of them just chose to declare war and sue Diddy. Who's the courageous person behind this new legitimate show? As a matter of fact, Rodney Jones Jr. is a maker who dealt with Diddy's new collection. The Affection collection off the lattice. The absolutely terrible thing is that it's not only Diddy in a tough situation this time, there's an entire team of huge names getting hauled into this wreck, and they're not being called casualties, they're being marked as sidekicks. We're talking superstars like Cuba Gooding Jr., Submissive Plant, and Youthful Miami, Stevie J, Usher, Chris Brown, and, surprisingly, Diddy's own child Justin Brushes. Yet before this, Diddy chose to pull a trick right when he figured he could squirm right in the clear. He pulls a last trench legitimate move, attempting to dishonor one of the informers and basically asking the appointed authority to toss the entire case out, and he even attempts to play the casualty card, crying foul about drop culture. However, under the watchful eye of the adjudicator, he might really raise an eyebrow at his shenanigans. Another claim blindsides him, making it his fifth legitimate tango since November. This claim is a big deal. We're talking an incredible 70 pages of unadulterated lawful show, and it's not for weak-willed on the grounds that it plunges into a few genuinely upsetting charges against Diddy. Jones likewise guarantees that the 54-year-old music head honcho attempted to trick him into tolerating a homosexual relationship, charging that something like this is really quite normal in the music business. Among the clothing rundown of allegations is Diddy supposedly solid furnishing Jones into orchestrating experiences with sex laborers and compelling him into taking part in some truly undesirable room exercises, not just with these specialists but with others as well, and assuming that on the off chance that is sufficiently not to make your jaw hit the floor and get this Diddy, who evidently presented spiked beverages to clueless visitors at his fancy gatherings. As per the claim, there are even screen captures apparently showing social affairs at Diddy's digs that included underage young ladies and more SCX laborers, and get this, a portion of these women supposedly had their beverages messed with at Diddy's course. This legitimate sensation additionally got down on a few different names, like Diddy's right-hand lady, Christina Korum, General Music Gathering Chief Sir Lucian GRA, and previous town record president of Ethiopia, Hapto Mariam, are totally up to speed in this legitimate hurricane. Jones says in the claim that GRA, Hapto Mariam, Town Records, Love Records, and General Music Gathering successfully cooperated with Brushes in a RICO venture that neglected to screen caution or regulate the activities of Brushes, his child, and his head of staff. A RICO endeavor is any people or gatherings that act together to disregard the extortionist impacted and degenerate associations. And get this, Jones isn't only looking for a token punishment here, he's reaching skyward looking for a cool $30 million in penalties. However, a lawyer for Brushes is pummeling Jones' claims as unadulterated fiction, directly calling them out as a modest ploy to snatch titles. We have overpowering, undeniable confirmation that his cases are finished falsehoods. Our endeavors to impart this evidence to Mr. Jones' lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, have been overlooked, as Mr. Blackburn won't call us back. The lawyer Sean Hawley said in a proclamation that we will address these freakish charges in court and make all appropriate moves against the people who make them currently. As per Jones' claim, he guarantees that back in August 2022, Diddy himself contacted him to deliver a few tunes for the R&B collection. The Adoration collection Off the Lattice, which wound up catching a Grammy designation after its delivery in September 2023, here's the kicker. Jones says his life experienced a plunge after he consented to work with Diddy. Jones charges that Brush's sex bothered and helped him while he resided with him at Combs' homes in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York, as well as on a yacht that Brush's leased in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The badgering included consistent, spontaneous, and unapproved grabbing and contacting of his, as per the claim. Jones says he had to work in Combs' washroom as Brush's showered in a glass nook when he attempted to raise caution about Diddy's way of behaving toward Christina Coram. Diddy's right-hand lady Jones guaranteed she got over it as cordial joking around, expressing that those acts were Mr. Combs' approach to showing that he enjoys you. The claim blames Coram for supporting and abetting Mr. Combs' exposition of Jones and for working with Mr. Combs to coerce him into tolerating a homo relationship. Jones likewise claims that he had to request sex laborers and perform sex acts with them to please come to support the supposed enrollment. Jones said Combs furnished him with a selective Terrible Kid baseball cap and expected him to wear it to a Miami foundation as a sign to any sex specialist he moved toward that Combs was visiting the area and had sent Jones to enlist them. Jones claims that the person whom he depicts in the suit as power and requesting and somebody who doesn't take no for a response utilized his power as one of the most compelling individuals in hip-hop and business to scare him, including by taking steps to cause substantial damage on the off chance that Jones didn't conform to his requests on one event. Jones' charges constrained him to look as he showed firearms and boasted about pulling off shooting individuals in a different occurrence. Jones claims Combs shared that he was liable for a shooting in a club in New York City in 1999 with the rapper Sparkle conceived Jamal Pushcart. A jury vindicated Brush's of weapon ownership and payoff accusations in association with that episode, while Cart was condemned to 10 years in prison. Jones was scared of Brush's and felt he was unable to let him know, but as per the suit, Mr. Brush's reliably clarified that he has gigantic power in the music business, and with policing claims, Jones says in the claim that he has video and sound proof to help with a portion of the charges. The claim says that Combs expected Jones to record him continually and that, on a few occasions, it took Jones' PDA to record himself. Consequently, Jones asserts he has many long stretches of video and sound records of his staff and his visitors taking part in serious criminal behavior. Jones says in the suit that he accepts Brush's. Likewise, on February 2, 2023, he charges that he awakened unsteady and mistook in bed for Brush's and 2 sex laborers because of a solicitation for input. Jones' lawyer Tyrone Blackburn utilized the Latin expression residential ipsa loquitur, which freely deciphers as the thing representing itself with no issue alluding to the claim. Jones says in the suit that he was under a suggested work for a hire arrangement and was not made up for the tunes he created on the Adoration collection. Thus, the claim says Brush's love records, town records, and widespread music gathering were all shamefully enhanced without regard to him. Folks, genuinely, this claim is out of this world, as we as a whole know that before now, Diddy has been sued by 4 ladies who have blamed him for Cassie, whose lawful name is Cassandra Ventura, said Combs Fizz was truly angry at her and constrained her to have sex with a male while he got off on it and recorded the experiences. The claim was settled the day after it was documented. The settlement was not the slightest bit an affirmation of bad behavior. Combs' legal advisor, Ben Braffman, has said that following Cassie's claim, 2 different ladies, Liza Gardner and Joey Dickerson, Neal have asserted in claims that Combs s. Furthermore, a lady distinguished as Jane Doe in court reports said Combs and 2 different men phrased her when she was 17 and Combs was 34. Those 3 bodies of evidence against Brush's are not yet forthcoming. In a proclamation in December, he denied the charges, saying that's the last straw, and called the cases against him nauseating. Let me be totally clear, I didn't do any of the terrible things being asserted. I will battle for my name, my family, and for reality, he said in the articulation. I mean, after Ventura dropped her sensation claim, 3 of Diddy's previous specialists came out on her side, and that is not overall around a similar time. Diddy ventured down from his executive situation at Revolt Television. Then in December Hulu reassessed an unscripted TV drama that should be about Diddy's family. And in the event that that was an insufficient show for you, in January Diddy settled his claim with DGO. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.